Hello everyone, and welcome to second grade math. We're going to be doing lots of fun things in math this year. We're going to learn all kinds of new things. Our first lesson is about even and odd numbers. And you might know a little bit about even and odd numbers from last year, but just in case you don't, we're going to go back over them and make sure that you understand completely what makes a number even and what makes a number odd. So let's get into even and odd numbers. Alright, the first thing we need to know about even numbers and odd numbers are that they can be split into pairs. An even number can be. And what I mean by pairs is when you put something in pairs, there's two of them. So if I can split these cookies into pairs, then I know that it would be even. And we can count and we know that there are 6 cookies here. Yep, 6 cookies. So if I can make them into pairs, let's see if I can do that. Remember, pair means 2. So, let's see. I'll put those 2 together. Oh, and look. Those would be even, wouldn't they? Because everybody would have the same. You can see that they all pair up and that there aren't any left over. That's what makes a number odd, when it has one that is left over. Even, everybody would match up. Sometimes we call that a buddy. Everybody buddies up. And there's nobody left over. That's what makes something even. Let's keep practicing that skill. I've got several different numbers here. And we are going to practice with those and see if we can decide if they would be even or odd. Alright, so I've got the number 7 here. And if you see, I just went ahead and made 7 little dots for the number 7. Do you think that 7 would be an even number or an odd number? Okay, let's buddy them up or see if we can pair them up, and we will see if there's one left over or if they all are going to pair up. So let's see. I'm going to make my pen just a little bit smaller. There we go. I put those 2 together. Uh-oh, but does he have a pair or a buddy? No, this one doesn't. So what does that make 7? That's right. We're going to call 7 an odd number because it does not all match up. It doesn't have a pair. There's one left over. All right, what about the number 10? As you can see, I drew 10 dots again. Do you think they're all going to pair up, or do you think it will be an odd number? Well, let's try it and see. We could pair those 2 up and those 2. I could even pair them up like this if I want to. Oh, look. 10, they all pair up. There's nothing left over. Since they all have a buddy, we call that even. The number 10 would be an even number. Alright, we've got the number 4 here. I've got 4, and I bet you can look at that real quick and tell that, yeah, the number 4... they will pair up easily. So what do we call 4? That's right, we call 4 an even number as well. Okay, what about the number 9? Do you think it would be even or odd? Remember, even numbers, they're all going to pair up. There won't be any left over. But if it's an odd number, it's going to have one left over. Alright, well, let's try it and see. We'll buddy those 2 up. I can buddy those 2 up. I can buddy those 2, and I can buddy those 2. Uh-oh, he doesn't have a pair or a buddy, does he? Nope, so that makes the number 9 odd. Alright, now the number 12, I drew 12. And let's see, do you think 12 would be even or odd? Well, we can try it and see. I'm going to buddy them this way or pair them this way. Remember, it doesn't matter as long as you have 2. I can even do it like this if I want to, those 2, and then I can put those 2 together if I want to. Oh, look, those ones are going to match too. So would 12 be even or odd? Exactly. It's also going to be even because they all have a pair. There's none left over. And I realized I just made a mistake on this one. I meant to write the number 14, not 44, because you can tell that is definitely not 44 dots, is it? No. So I'm going to erase that a little bit to make it a 14. There we go, and I'll fix that line. There we go. Sorry about that, but I have 14 dots, not 44. All right, let's pair those up and see if 14 would be an even number or an odd number. Pair those guys up, and these ones. I can pair these ones, and these ones, and these ones. These ones would pair up. Oh, yeah. So what does that make 14? Exactly. 14 would be an even number. Awesome. All right, let's keep practicing. You guys seem to be getting that pretty fast. All right, yes, I have drawn a huge number on the board right now. It's 343. Yeah, I heard some of you saying that. 343. The good thing about even and odd is that I do not have to draw 343 dots to tell if it's even or odd. All I really need to worry about is the last number here, the 3. That's in the ones place. And that's the only one that I need to worry about. I'm only going to have to draw 3 instead of 343. I only need to worry about what's at the end down here in the ones place. So I just need to draw 3 to tell if 343 is even or odd. And I bet you can look at the 3 that I drew here. Do you think that 343 is going to be even or odd? Yeah, I can buddy those ones up, but he is not going to have a buddy or a pair. So what does that make 343? Exactly. It's going to make it odd. That whole number is odd because the 3 in the ones place is odd. You just have to worry about the last number. It's going to be easier just to draw that. Wouldn't it have taken us forever to draw 343 dots? It sure would have. It's a lot easier just to draw 3. So remember, you only have to worry about whatever number is in the ones place down here at the end. You do not have to worry about the rest to tell if it's even or odd. All right. Let's practice on these numbers then that I have given you. This is going to be your time to practice and see if you can figure out if these are even or odd all on your own. I am going to remind you before you give it a shot, though, to remember what we just learned. You do not have to worry about the whole number. Where did we have to look to tell if it was even or odd? Yes, out here at the end, at the last number. So I'm going to highlight those so you remember that you only need to worry about what's at the end in the ones place. So you're only going to have to draw 5 circles to tell if it is even or odd. You're only going to have to draw 8 circles to tell if it's even or odd. You're only going to have to draw 1 circle on that one to tell if it's even or odd. And you can draw circles or dots, whatever you need to tell if that's even or odd. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to work on that on your own. You can use a whiteboard, you can use a piece of paper, you can use crayons. I don't care what you've got, but whatever you've got sitting right there, you can work on these and try and see if they're even or odd. I'm going to let you pause the video while you're working on it. And then when you're ready to check them, you can restart the video. You can push play again, okay? All right, so push pause and work on these 3. Okay, you should have figured out if these are even or odd. Let's go over it and see if you and I agree. All right, so the number 5 there, I think that makes it too big. What color should I use? Let's use yellow. Yellow will be pretty. All right, remember, I only need 5 dots. So 1. Oh, those are really little. Let's make it a little bigger. That did not make it much bigger, did it? Let's try this. Ooh, now those are nice. Okay. Remember, we only need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for 8, or 148, I'm only going to need to do 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pretty close together, but that'll work. And then, of course, for 7,341, I only need 1. Because remember, even and odd, you just have to worry about what's out here at the end in the ones place. All right, now, after we drew the circles, what did we have to do to decide if they were even or odd? That's exactly right. We have to buddy them up or pair them up and see if there's any left over. So, oh, whoa, I forgot my pen's way too big again. Let's fix that. I think I can go back. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm going to pair these guys up. Uh-oh, we got a leftover. So what did we call 35? That's right, odd. So I hope that you said 35 is an odd number. All right, let's try this 148. We can buddy up the 8 and see. Yeah, so what is 148? Very good. It would make it even because they all had a pair. Nobody was left over. And then I bet you can see that 7,341 is an odd number because you can tell right now that it's not going to have a buddy. So we're just going to say it's an odd number. Anything that has a 1 in the end, in the ones place, is an odd number. So how'd you do on those 3? Good. Good. All right. Now, something that we need to talk about real quick before we end our lesson on even and odd today is a lot of times the kids in 2nd grade get a little bit confused if a number, because we know we only have to worry about this number out here at the end. It's a 0. Yep, the one in the ones place is a 0. But that confuses a lot of kids. They're like, 0, 0. I don't even have to draw any circles because there's none. So I bet it's odd, right? Yeah, that's what a lot of kids think, and we have to talk about that. We have to decide, because I want you to think. If you have 0 cookies, you have no cookies, 0 cookies, and can you give your friend any? No, you can't give your friend any cookies if you don't have any cookies. So if you have no cookies and you don't give any to your friend because you don't have any, will you and your friend have the same? You would, wouldn't you? Would you and your friend be even since you both have no cookies? Yes. So 0 is actually an even number because there's none left over because you don't have any. So you can't have any left over. So it actually makes it even. So anything that has a 0 out here at the end makes it even. That's kind of a little trick with odd and even that we always need to remember. And 0 is tricky. It tricks a lot of kids. But anything with a 0 is going to be an even number. All right. We are done with day 1 then on the video. I'm going to give you some practice pages where you can practice your odd and even. You can draw pictures if you need to, just like we did with the 3 that we practiced. Just draw your dots or your circles and buddy them up and see if they are odd or even. And remember, you only have to worry about the number at the end. Even if it's a big, huge number, you only have to worry about the number at the end to tell if it's odd or even. All right. Good luck, guys, and you did good today. Thank you.